live gaming, streaming. We're gonna travel inside this pyramid. Everything's all fine and dandy on a late night, just hanging out in Egypt. What a better place to be. What a better place, well, a good place to be. Better place than where I'm at right now. But hey, I wouldn't be able to stream live with you guys. So if y'all liking this video, if y'all want to see more videos like this, just drop a like. Put something in the comments. Let me know how y'all want this channel to go. If y'all got any ideas. But we're going to travel to the subterranean part of this Great Pyramid. Yesterday, we traveled to the top. Or this morning, we traveled to the top. This time, we're going to travel inside and go underground. But it's very interesting how they got this entrance right here. Like, look at that. It's dug right into the side. Like, somewhere you wouldn't really expect it. Like, but did it used to be a door right here, or like gold, or was it always hidden? They try to look like they had to break away a lot of stones and stuff to get here. But let's see how this actually goes. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna make sure everything right on this tab with the sound and everything. Pulling it up on the tablet. Alright, everything's cool. So let's keep it going. I don't know why these headphones in here, they're not even doing nothing. That's the upper chambers. No, I don't want to do the upper chambers. Let's do the subterranean. But you see how it's all dark in here? They got it goes up a bit, and that keeps going up to the left, and then you go this way to the right, and you gotta squeeze through here. Hold on. Fake gateway and the real way was hidden. Yeah, like they said they had the booby traps and stuff. Oh, why did chat didn't come up on the TV? I'm gonna have to put this up here so I can see. Alright, I'm lost, guys. Ah! Alright, come on, we're gonna go down. There it is, subterranean chambers. Tour started.
The Great Pyramid, subterranean chamber. From the original entrance of the Great Pyramid, there is a passage leading to the subterranean chamber. Its walls were carved out of the existing rock of the plateau and then covered in a fine, unmarked limestone. The descending passage has a steep 26-degree downward slope. Narrow and with a low ceiling, this pathway is long and challenging.
Oh, camera all up in my face. There we go. Alright, that's a little better. Hold on. I like missed all of that. All I heard was unmarked limestone. Alright, here we go. Always click more info. 26-degree downward slope. Alright, so we're going deep. Let's go.
While the original passage was 145 meters long, the team reduced its length and made it both wider and higher. The main focus of the work in reproducing the location was centered upon preserving the unique claustrophobic environment of the Great Pyramid, while still allowing for a smooth game navigation.
What if it wasn't supposed to be smooth? What was you supposed to be struggling? That was the point. But yeah, they wasn't so worried as much as we are back then about squeezing into tight places. Alright. Can I go up here? So what's up here?
The well shaft was a 58-meter vertical passage that connected the descending corridor to the grand gallery above. An adjacent grotto may have originally been a small natural well in the bedrock that was enlarged during the tunneling. Whether the grotto was intended for another purpose is uncertain.
Oh, it's uncertain they want to put in there. the grotto was intended for another purpose. So they're saying it's an air chamber to go up there.
There is much speculation over the purpose of the well shaft. One theory is that the channel was cut or enlarged to supply air to workers in the descending passage. Another is that it was meant to provide an exit route once the work was done in the heart of the pyramid. Without the well shaft, workers would have been trapped inside forever when the Grand Gallery was sealed. The opening at the bottom of the well shaft was most likely sealed by exiting workers to camouflage the passageway.
And we don't know how they made it. Or even why they made it. Like, hold on, I dropped my Yeah, we don't know how they made it, let alone why they made it. We just grasping to why they made this stuff. Like, to be this deep underground, then build a air shaft that goes straight up like that. Or just a hole in the wall that goes up like that. And no bodies in the pyramids. They mentioned this in this too, in another tour. How nobody was actually found in some queen's chamber, but in the queen's pyramid, supposedly where they thought it would be, but they found a random location where her body actually was. But it wasn't random, that's where it was planned. That's probably where she went to while she was alive to die or something like that. Well, this goes deep though. Look at the walls. Like, they could have just kept going, but they said, no, we're going to make a doorway.
There is a subterranean chamber at the end of the descending corridor, 30 meters below the Giza Plateau surface. Dug directly into the bedrock, the space is wide with a ceiling 3 meters in height. Its floors and walls are rough and uneven, indicating that it was never completed. At the south end of the room, there is another narrow corridor, similar to the others, though it abruptly ends after roughly 20 meters.
Now, more info. Oh, so that's where we are right there. We at the bottom of this pyramid right now. That little thing right there, well, I can't see where I'm putting that thing. I guess that's that part of the air shaft that they said connected to the queen's chamber. And then I guess the king's chamber is over top of that one. But yeah, they said it abruptly stops pretty soon. Let's see. Oh, there was the pit.
The chamber also contains an 11-meter pit near the east side. It's unclear what this may have been used for. In the game, active underground complex containing key game-related mysteries.
See how they have to say in the game it contains a fictitious chamber, but in real life this pit actually exists. They just don't know why it's there. That's what I'm saying. This game, they added a lot of their like personal little know-hows. I don't know how true it is, but we'll see.
The original purpose remains a mystery. One popular theory is that it was originally meant to be Khufu's burial chamber, but the pharaoh changed his mind, preferring to be buried higher up in the pyramid, which would explain the chamber's unfinished state.
Nah, no, I don't believe that part. I don't believe that this Khufu was then moved to another pyramid or somewhere else. This was never supposed to be it. But that's what they said. And you all said, LOL, I keep getting it. It was to keep something in, but they didn't or couldn't kill it. The Great Pyramid is different. Yeah, I've read about that. And heard about that. They said like it was a giant bull or something like that, or it was a bull or some giant sarcophagus that was like heavy, and they was like, why did they make it this heavy and things? Was it to keep something in? That's something physical though, but still probably try to contain some kind of energy as well. Yeah, new games you can map places you've never seen. I'm gonna jump in there. Geronimo! So that is wild though how it just stops. Wait, let me get back up there real fast. if I can. Come on. You can do it, bro. Why are you floating? We're floating now, guys. Oh, we broke through the dimensions. Alright, come on. Let's go. No, I was in the right spot the whole time. There we go. What's that right here? It's wild how this just stops. Now, no, I just came to mind when they found another hole in the wall that just stopped, but they found this robot that drilled the hole through the wall, and then they had this camera that they use for when they stick it down your throat or something like that. The doctors to see what's going on, they stuck that camera down there, an endorthoscope or something. And then they saw that it was more behind the wall. It was more going on. It was a whole nother room. No, a whole nother. The chamber hallway still continued, and then it was another doorway right there too. So if it's something behind there, yo, endoscope. I said interscope or something. But let's go down here, because this is what the game developers made up. They said in real life the pit like stopped right here. And they like, well, what happened? Did they just leave and give up on their plans? Oh, they won't let me in there. Stop whistling. Break it. I guess I gotta be in the game to get past this part. Sorry guys. Let's see what's up with the upper chamber while we're here. Now I know how to get out of this pit. And there was a lot of grave robbers too. And I think most of the grave robbers they talk about was Europeans. I don't think it was just all the locals just saying, oh, well, this empty pyramid is here. Might as well take all the gold. Might as well rob them and dig up the graves. That was happening, though, too. But I think they knew that the Europeans was going to be paying all this money for it. So they said, why not screw over our own people in history? Learn about the internal structure of the Great Pyramid, more specifically the upper chambers. Yeah, they wanted mummies.
The Great Pyramid of Giza, upper chambers.
Yeah, they did want the mummies. They wanted it for display, the museums. And I think they wanted to do some medicine or something with it for eternal life. Yeah, I was about to say that.
They were used to protect the Great Pyramid from thieves. Undaunted by the granite blocks, the thieves simply dug into the softer limestone around them, creating the robber's entrance.
So you're just talking about that too. They dug into the limestone. They put granite there to stop it, but they dug into the limestone so they kept going. But yeah, I was gonna say they were even eating the mummy dust. They was doing that, bro. For eternal life remedies, like old Chinese secret.
While in reality, the robber's entrance is one single cavity which leads to both passages. In the game, the team created individual accesses to either passage. As such, in the game, one entrance leads to the ascending passage, while another leads to the descending passage.
Hey, at least they're keeping it honest. That's not right here. They should give me a torch.
The passageway of the Great Pyramid provides a direct path into the Grand Gallery and is accessed 30 meters from the entrance along the descending corridor.
30 meters.
Both corridors
how far is that in
have
feet?
Dimensions and are designed with the same 26-degree incline.
26-degree incline. They specific about that 26 degree. 268.
The ascending corridor has smooth masonry on its walls.
I see.
The layout includes many trapezoidal stones. Both the floor and
Where's the
ceiling of the
trapezoid?
passageway indicate that the passage was enlarged, possibly during or after the funeral, to allow workers room to move granite blocks meant to plug the corridor.
Yep, they were trying to keep something in. Like, as they moved out, they was blocking it in. Because not like they was making it so they can get back in it.
Intended to align with the stars, act as a buffer to protect the king's chamber, or simply to facilitate the transport of the granite blocks used inside the pyramid. Access to the queen's chamber was at the beginning of the grand gallery.
Access to the Queen's Chamber was at the beginning of the Grand Gallery. I don't know if it was used to align with the stars. This is where we are now. Align with the stars, acts as a buffer to protect the King's Chamber or facilitate granite. Could have been aligned with the stars. They put it in there. It was a lock box. Yeah, like as we build, as we go out, we building up these walls. So nothing, the thing that's in there. Man. They had me thinking about the Mummy when they brought the Mummy back to life in that old movie. The first one, which was like the best one. And because the fact that they opened up that book and was piercing deep into stuff and opening up stuff, they unleashed the curse. They unleashed the curse upon the earth. JUSt TAi, guys. We're gonna take the upper. Should I take the upper or the lower? Is he gonna crawl? Oh, he's just gonna crouch. Let's go down then up. Go, my guy. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, my mom wouldn't survive in here. She can't even survive sitting in the car. It's too tight. Yeah, a lot of old tales, you don't go wake up people and seal tombs. No.
Though this room is referred to as the Queen's Chamber,
Ooh.
it is believed that there was no queen buried here.
Yep.
Based on their knowledge of earlier pyramids, Egyptologists believe it was more likely intended as the king's serdab, a chamber meant to contain the Ka statue, which would in turn house the king's spirit.
Oh, I was about to say it's the Ka and it's the Ba that represents the soul and the spirit and things. It says the Ka that was in the Ka that was in the Queen's Chamber. That's dope. You got the feminine principles going on there. And look at the statue, the Queen's Chamber. Oh, cool. Contain the Ka statue. I want to make a Ka statue of myself. That would be dope. Mer means pyramids. Yeah, that's cool. I wish you could rotate the thing around. Like rotate that statue. Alright. Now we're headed into the Queen's Chamber, guys. Oh, Mark Herb. Oh! Oh, wait. When you put it like that. When you put it like that, my God. Merkaba. Yes, the Merkaba is your soul. And to put Mer, the pyramid, Ka, the soul, the spirit, and Ba, the soul. Or this was here. Wow. That's how you get to where you want to go. If you don't want to use... Wow. Wait, where's I walking around in this game? That's dope, you are. It's one of those things that just make me laugh. Wow. That's cool.
Situated
We made
exactly within the pyramid's center, on the east-west axis.
Exactly the pyramid's center.
The chamber has a vaulted ceiling and measures 5.7 by 5.2 meters. In the eastern wall, there is a niche tucked away in a small corbelled archway, which may have originally held the Ka statue. Behind this niche is another smaller hole, possibly dug out by thieves in search of further treasure.
So they took the statue. Can we go in there? I want to see what the thieves saw. They always see too much. That's why they go crazy. Alright, let's look around here before we head out. Yeah, they make it look like all the thieves already stole all the treasure.
In the
it keeps
19th
going.
century, 2 shafts were found running through the north and south walls. They each run in a horizontal line for 2 meters before sloping upward, and both are closed off with limestone blocks fitted with copper handles. Whether
Yeah, those
they were
copper
intended as
handles.
ventilation shafts for workers or a celestial connection for the pharaoh's spirit is unconfirmed.
For the spirit is unconfirmed. Because what do they have in there with it? Wait, more info. I forgot a part what he said. They run in horizontal line for 2 meters before sloping upwards and are both closed off with limestone blocks fitted with copper handles. Yeah, that's what I was talking about with that endoscope. When the robot was going down there, he saw the other blocks that was blocking the doorway. The only reason they knew it was the kind of doorway because it had copper handles on it that looked like you can pull it out. But the robot couldn't do that. Whether they were intended as ventilation shaft or celestial spirit. And you all said it might be a transporter in theory. Why nobody was found? They just sent out essence. Their body was moved to tomb, maybe. Like here. Yeah, like the ritual is so powerful that you just get sucked out of your body, like just instantly. Like the technology was so powerful. Let's put it like that. Technology was so powerful. You just your body. But I don't remember the game story plot that much. I just mostly remember me dying all the time before I actually completed it.
A recent scan of the room indicated the presence of an unknown cavity hidden behind the north face of the walls over the descending corridor.
That's why I'm learning to take notes.
Further investigation is still ongoing to ascertain the nature of the anomaly, so as to avoid risking damage to the monument.
And in the presence of an unknown hidden cavity behind the north face wall over the descending corridor. Like, it's so many hidden walls, like they know it's a hidden chamber right there. They just don't want to break the wall because they think it's going to do something. Or because it's going to, like, I'll be scared too. So how much we have to crawl to get up in here. Imagine all that just collapsing on you. And then you destroying history and ancient knowledge at that. That hole is small. No man can go in there. No. That's why I said the thieves, like, yeah, to think about the thieves, they was trying to go a little too hard. Or if probably they had some psychedelic and went inside the temple, and then they body left, but they was able to come back. And I was just thinking about why they said the funeral boats. Even though they did call it a funeral boat, so the funeral means you're already on the other side. But what I was thinking about was they said once the spirit of the pharaoh came back from the pyramids, it came down to the east side to those funerary boats. But that's probably still in the astral realm. That probably still is in the astral realm. He probably just took off, then come back. I don't know. We gotta ask one of these guys. Or go here ourselves and be willing to let go that much. That if we don't come back, we just don't come back. Some thieves were said to be psychic. That's probably how they was getting around. Cause most people who are on the live on the edge, so to speak, and don't like have the corporate jobs and stuff. Most of them do be having psychic abilities or abilities that's not normal to what people call normal. And that's how they able to mastermind all these plans and stuff in the first place. They able to have all these big conceptions and how things gonna go, and be able to work with adjusting to if something happened, unlike a corporate guy who'd be like, oh man, now my whole plan is ruined. I remember.
Khufu's architects were
Hey, hold on, I'll say that to
influenced
this.
by earlier rhomboidal pyramids when designing the gallery. It is the longest corbelled vault ever built, measuring 47 meters long and 8.6 meters high. The walls were made to taper inward, allowing for better distribution of weight. As a result, the ceiling measures just over a meter wide at its highest point. Though this construction technique is present in other pyramids,
and stability
and stability.
Oh, stability. I said stability. But yeah, I was saying that my mom used to say to me, don't grow up and be a master thief or a master criminal. And I wasn't even walking around stealing stuff. But she used to say that to me for some reason. I think it's because, I don't know, because a lot of stuff. But that's what moms used to say to me. I used to like Ocean's 13. I was thinking about that too. But we're in the pyramids. Wait, what did he say?
Possibly influenced by earlier rhomboidal pyramids.
Oh, he's saying, alright.
It is the longest corbelled vault ever built, measuring 47 meters long and 8.6 meters high.
It might be not just structure based,
allowing for better distribution of weight. As a result,
I know. Yeah, they did it like this for a reason. It wasn't to keep the pyramid up. It's like, nah, this is for a specific reason. I get it. That reason I do not know.
While the space is visually
this is
dramatic,
steep.
The gallery seemed to serve a practical function, though what exactly remains uncertain. Still, the wall design was undoubtedly meant to contribute to the stability of the structure, and its floor may have helped workers move the materials. A channel runs along the middle of the room.
I know. What is that?
Originally rested in this central recess.
Oh.
The raised benches on either side are equipped with slots that may have been used to help position the granite blocking stones.
No. I only say that because I don't think they were just pushing these stones into place with their hands. That's just me tying though. But it is, you see how it was in there, it got a slot. They probably was pushing something up, carrying something down.
At the end of the Grand Gallery is the entrance to the antechamber leading to the King's Chamber.
The antechamber?
Directly above, there is another narrower horizontal passage that connects to the top of the King's Chamber and allow the workers access to the weight relief rooms.
To the weight relief room, so to like the beams holding up the building, so to speak. So the Queen's Chamber was down there. Now we're walking up this 26-degree slope thing. What's this?
The far end of the Grand Gallery leads to
this is the Grand Gallery. That's what it's called. I'm trying to remember this stuff.
To the King's Chamber. The portcullis was composed of 3 separate granite slabs. They were designed to be lowered into place and seal the chamber after the burial of the king. The grooves dug out to hold the slabs in place are still clearly visible to this day. The elaborate locking system was composed of a series of grooves for the ropes and pulleys that brought the stones into place like the notches on a key.
Like the notches on a key. So that thing was really complex, as you say. That thing was really complex. And they had ropes, and they said, since we know that the pyramids was not used to actually bury the kings and stuff, and that these traps these doors were put here to seal the king in after he was buried in there, something got out. Something got out. Or it was something in there that they didn't want to get out, as you well keep pointing out. They lowered it. Oh, that's cool. Alright, let's keep going. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
For the purposes
Portacil
of the
slabs.
the team elected to remove the portcullis slabs in
Oh,
order to
portcullis.
grant the player access to the king's chamber.
Okay.
In reality, workers would have backed out of the room after the funeral, lowering each slab into place behind them one at a time. Each of the 3 stones were smashed by looters centuries later, and evidence of their break-in is still evident.
So that's the slabs right there. There's like, alright, pull 1. Pull 2. Pull 3. And then that was just it. You couldn't get in through this way. For the sake of the game, they helped us out. Or it was up there. Up there in that empty slot. Not particularly this one right there. Hey, what's going on, King? Exploring the Great Pyramids. The only way I know how right now. Well, the only way I have access to right now. I was memorized by that flame. So now we're on our way to the King's Chamber. We were just at the Queen's Chamber down there. Yes, I want to go into those theories. But first, let me walk around real quick. So this is the King's Chamber right here. And this, and right in the center of the pyramid. Or I think they said no, the Queen's Chamber was in the center of the pyramid.
The King's Chamber is built
entirely
out of red granite.
I was like, where's the tour?
The King's Chamber measures 5.8 meters in height. It has an imposing cover of 5 stacked levels above, with granite beams weighing 25 to 40 tons each.
Oh, goddamn.
The uppermost level is surmounted by a vault of stones, arranged in chevrons to bear the enormous structural load.
Yeah, thanks for coming by, man. Trying to keep things interesting. It's made of red granite.
2 shafts.
They didn't say that about the rest.
Towards the north
Hold on,
and south
let's not miss
faces of
this.
the pyramid. They measure nearly 64 meters until they are blocked by copper-handled granite plugs. Some experts in the culture
Granite plugs, so they was blocked.
That the shafts were thought to lead the king's soul to the stars, with
Oh.
the incarnation of the pharaoh as the god Ra, represented by the northern well, and the god Horus by the southern well.
I never knew that last part where they said the god Ra was represented by the northern well and the god Horus by the southern. Horus was the new horizon Aeus, the new Aeon, as they put in Thelema, the new Aeon of the new light of the new sun and stuff, and Ra is the old guy. So that's the shafts, and they said it transported the king's soul. They said, but yeah, I think that's what it was doing. So it went up there, like that's real tiny. That tiny shaft went all the way. Wait, what? Oh, come on, they caught me up in another one. Hold
At the
on.
west end of the room, but it is the concealed construction inscriptions left by workmen on the roof's stones, which verify this as the resting place of Khufu.
No, it doesn't verify
It
that.
was recorded as being empty when it was discovered, and its design indicates that there was once a lid in place. It's possible that this sarcophagus is only a cenotaph in memory of the pharaoh.
A cenotaph in memory of the
To
pharaoh.
receive the body.
Woo! Like they just saying it all right there. When you know the truth or you got some hint of it, you know what. Like this is a granite sarcophagus at the end, was built to conceal. So the construction and inscriptions were left in there by the workers of the stone roof. So they left inscriptions in there. Wow, that's dope. It's possible that this sarcophagus is only a cenotaph in memory of the pharaoh. A cenotaph. Khufu. Wow. But my last thought before I forget about that was this was all made, King's Chamber was in red granite. Red granite. They didn't mention anything about the other ones. There was a lot of limestone and just regular granite going on. Old soul spirit transporter. Just step on in. And you know how you play this game, one of the premises of this game, Assassin's Creed Origins, is that you're actually a lady. You're actually a regular lady in this time or somewhere in the future, and she's sitting inside of a box, sarcophagus, wow, a sarcophagus-like box. And it's trapped into this computer system that allows her to go travel into the past and play the characters that you play throughout the game. Like that's real trippy how that plays out. And I just thought about it. It's like I said, they did make it real technical and stuff. She got computers and stuff around her, but she ran and she snuck inside this part of a pyramid, and then she's traveled back in the past so that she could play out the role and see what happened in order to solve this bigger mystery. This game is cool. This game is really cool. I should have played the storyline again, but I had to put it on easy because I died so much, and it's so graphic when they kill you in this game. I want to know how to put copper handle blocks in them vertical ports. Yeah, they said that. They said when you look straight up in there, is is copper plates in order to block it. Oh, I think I can go back and look at the picture.
As in the Queen's Chamber, two shafts extend out from the room towards the north.
That's what they were saying. I wish I could shut the voice up. I think PlayStation make my voice louder than it anyway. But yeah, blocked. 64 meters up. 64 meters at that angle.
Believe that the shafts were thought to lead the king's soul to the stars, with the incarnation of the pharaoh as the
how though?
Represented
like for real?
And the god Horus by the southern one.
That's funny. Alright, still two more stations in here. Hey, did they use their mind? They was like, and they was just like guiding them, like, just go up there. Yep. I don't know. And why did they block it in the first place? Why did they block it? If it was open, it was open. It was for a purpose. Or did somebody come up in there and block it? It's like, no, we can't have this.
Khufu's mummy was never found. It is hoped that as of yet undiscovered hidden rooms and shafts of the pyramid may provide an answer as to its location.
That's all they had to say about that. That was never found. Hope to be rediscovered in the hidden rooms, or just gonna be found in a random chamber. And like when the sand start wishing away, the dooms and stuff, the sand dunes start wishing away and stuff start being revealed. How they found King Tut's chamber, it was just not where you would expect it. It had the kind of gold you would expect, but it wasn't in a place where you would expect the king to be buried at. And man, most of the science is like they was using their mentality more, and realizing that their mentality had a base. It wasn't just all, oh, that's just a thought. No, that's just something I was thinking. Yeah, the Valley of the Kings. That's where I was saying. That's where they found King Tut, in the Valley of the Kings. And it don't look like nothing compared to the big cities and the pyramids and stuff like that. I think they told me to pick up a torch. I had a torch that whole time. You can really see the red and the broken pottery. We're gonna keep going. Jane Purdy's Houdin theory. Learn about Jane Purdy Houdin's theory on ancient Egypt construction techniques in the Great Pyramids. Yeah, it was all buried too. That's probably why it looked corny too. Cause probably in his heyday, it was like a lot of hoorays going on. But by the time we filmed it, alright, let's see what this guy was theorizing on. Whoa, whoa, what'd I just walk up on? Wait a second. What I just stumble upon? Oh, that's nice. Can I go in first person? No. No, pick that up. Let's keep going. Wow. We hit the jackpot!
The team wanted to provide players with a sense of exploration and discovery, particularly within the Great Pyramid. As such, a decision was made that the internal design of the monument in the game would reflect Jean-Pierre Houdin's theories. While the antechambers of the King's Tomb have yet to be discovered, Houdin posits that this is merely due to a unique design, placing the pharaoh's tomb at the center of the pyramid. The entire tour you are about to take was designed along Houdin's hypotheses.
Okay. So now we had the JUSt TAi thoughts of Jane Purdy Houdin. That awesome guy. Oh, you hear the click-clack on the feet? I'm obsessed with gold. Give me gold. I think about the guy on The Mummy when he was so happy when he found the gold chamber, and then he pulled the beetle out of the wall, and then he got eaten alive. Like, this how we supposed to be sitting. We supposed to be sitting on this. Imagine meditating on this all gold bench. You probably start floating. And there go Isis. I don't know who that is right there. Man, I remember in high school me trying to read hieroglyphics and me saying I wanted to learn that in college and stuff, but then me not putting that much effort into it. Like when it actually got to that point, I was like, yo, we gotta learn to read these hieroglyphics. Like, people could actually read this. The Rosetta Stone made this possible. We broke it down to the Greek, the Latin, the hieroglyphs. Alright, let's climb up. Let's get this on. Oh, you can try to climb up with a torch. I know. Like, hey, y'all, I know y'all know what cannabis is. We call it Mary J in my time. Pharaoh offering Hetero Hathor. Oh, Hathor, so that wasn't Isis. Oh, yep. You see his kneel position. And that crown right there. Cool. Oh, there go that beetle I was talking about. Well, that beetle was everywhere. Oh, that's cool. Alright, let's see what this is.
While respecting Houdin's hypothesis as to the general layout of the antechambers, the team wanted the contents to enhance the game experience. In regular royal tombs, the antechambers were filled with all the material goods needed by the pharaoh in the afterlife. To support the feelings of discovery and awe, the art team created a unique and fantastical treasure in this second antechamber.
So this is theory that this is where the tomb will be at. And to say, even if it is in here, that still isn't, yeah, they had the right idea. Yeah, I was going to say that. Even if it still is in here, that doesn't mean that it still wasn't used to transport his spirit and things like that. But still the fact, but his body could be in here. Alright, look at, I wish they'd let me read this. You see, Hermes, I was about to call him Hermes Trismegistus. But, Thoth, or Thoth. It's funny when people call him Thoth, or Thoth. Because I heard Thoth growing up for the longest, and I heard Thoth. When I was used to watch Ancient Aliens, I was like, who was Thoth? But now I know. And it's so wild, because what if they really, all of this is really means something? Like, they didn't really, the people who designed the game didn't just randomly put the pieces here, like put these hieroglyphs here. But it's actually saying a little something, something. I wonder about that when I play games and I see runes everywhere. I'm like, yo, those runes are probably not just accidentally or coincidentally placed there. Because even in a game, nothing is really, synchronicities is not just coincidence. At least in my world. I just keep going. Dun dun ba ba. Dun dun ba ba. And I'm gonna try to work this out too, so I can get the Discord.
Houdet theorized that
So it's not just me talking.
and the Great Gallery were used by the war to haul hoist the heavy beams above the king's chamber. He called it the service circuit.
The service
The corridor
circuit.
you are in now was created by the team following Houdet's theory and is referred to as the Noble Circuit. It is through this corridor that the wooden sarcophagus containing the pharaoh's mummy would have been transported to its final resting chamber.
Whoa, they made it. They added a lot. Let's go down. What's up there? Ah. But to make a king maker, yeah, that's what I always thought. Like, only the king was able to survive the test and the mentality and the realms and the things you come in contact with when messing with this technology. Like, only the king and probably the king's lineage, as they probably put it, was able to deal with it. And probably only the king, probably not only, but probably mostly the king's lineage, because they was interacting with their DNA, and they was doing, repairing it or upgrading it or unlocking more of what was already there. So when they passed it on and on and on, it was more simpler for that pharaoh to be able to travel up and become and go through this process. I was thinking about dragon blood too, and Japanese culture a lot. Like the empires and stuff, the emperors, they mostly claimed rule because they said they had the blood of the dragon going through them, a certain kind of dragon. Yeah, an energy link from stars, Sirius, I'll just say Osiris. Sirius. I'm lit right now. I forget the old one. Yep, that Naga blood. I know a little something about that. I think that's why I like Japanese culture so much. It just influenced me tremendously.
Modern research
without even knowing.
That a cavity might be located behind the north
Orion.
chevrons of
Thank
the
you.
pyramid. As such, the team chose to create
That's
this
that
area
little
for
word.
the player to explore. Here is where Houdet believes that the priests and nobles would have exited the pyramid after the burial ceremony.
With this structure in mind, one can easily assume that the pyramid's entrance would have been connected to the two antechambers. So they spell anti way different than I thought. Well, with an E instead of an I. Located behind the north face chevrons of the pyramid. Then to connect you to this little space. Cause like, why would this room be here? Hey, we just gotta store some things here real fast. We have a lot of space, you know. Yeah, I can have me look like stories were part of me dressed in Japanese cartoon. It really was. It really was. I just wasn't as outbound as other people to like dress up in costumes, and I just wasn't excited enough. I wish I would have went to Comic-Con and all that stuff growing up, because I lived in Philly where the convention center was at, so that stuff was always there. So so it was there. But yeah, that feeling, I always felt like I was the main character, the side characters, like Kakashi. I'm actually rewatching Naruto right now. The original series with I'm rewatching it with my daughter. She actually enjoys it. I'd be like, you sure you want me to turn it off? She'd be like, no. Why you want to turn it off? Cause I'm like, it's kind of sad right now. And we're gonna skip all the filler episodes though. I know about from reading the manga. You learn about filler episodes. But the manga, they take you somewhere else. I have some original, not original, but like the first 6 Shonen Jumps in English. But cool. I had to jump over that. I found them at the thrift store last year.
Many theories regarding the construction of the Great Pyramid rely on the usage of external ramps. However, Houdet believes an external ramp would have been too steep for the upper portion of the pyramid. This is why he posits that there were 2 ramps. An external ramp for about half of the height of the pyramid, which then became an internal ramp for the second half.
These are some big blocks. I keep saying that. I imagine, push that guy. Push it. I can't.
Houdet's theory states that this internal ramp followed the sides of the pyramid in an ascending spiral pattern. A notch discovered
Ascending
in the edge of the Great
spiral.
Pyramid, known as Bob's Room, seems to support this theory. Located at the corners of each edge of the pyramid, these large rooms would have allowed workers to turn the stone by 90 degrees, allowing them to continue the ascent. The team chose to create rooms such as this one, bringing Houdet's hypothesis to life.
So he's just saying that he think it was built to keep getting the stones up because you can twist them at 90 degrees and so you can keep on building and things like that. But if it's a spiral staircase, is that what he said? Oh, follow the sides of the pyramid in an ascending spiral pattern. I don't know. In the other parts of the pyramids, I was gonna say they have a little bit of hieroglyphics here, but in the other part of the pyramids that's not based off of people theories, well, this God theory, the walls are littered with hieroglyphics and things like that. And I believe they went there and they captured it and they just like put it back into this game. So that's gonna be nice when we get to those parts, because these walls here are real barren. But when you look up a lot in the other on the other side, you just see the stars that they made. Shoot.
This long corridor was the first section of the ascending internal ramp. Through it, the blocks used to build the Great Pyramid would have been carefully moved upward and then turned at each edge of the pyramid in order to continue their ascent. Though the team only created the main ramp for the game, Houdet posits that this ramp had 2 levels, allowing workers to return safely to the bottom thanks to an additional corbelled upper section.
Burn! Killed the little spider. It's gone. But yeah, I just keep looking up at the Naga blood. The Nagas and when it comes to the culture and all of that Japanese, it's a lot of like discipline. It's a but not in a way people would expect though. It's like a not a strictness. It is like a strictness to it, but it's still very loose at the same time. Oh, I see the light. I don't want to go towards the light. I don't want to be recycled back into this dimension. Isn't that what they say? Don't go towards the light.
According to Houdet, the start of the inner ramp was located at the base of the southeastern face of the pyramid. This location would have been the junction point of the external and internal ramps. Below us, workers would have built the lower part of the pyramid with the
Oh yeah, I can
external
look
ramp,
around.
before eventually switching to the internal ramp for the middle and upper sections of the pyramid. At that time in the process, they could have reused the material of the external ramp to fill the center of the pyramid, hauling the stones in through the internal ramp.
They still could have did that with their mind, got it through there. That was the way they got it in there. Unless it just came together like in like Lego blocks. One of them blocks leads to more false blocks. Yeah, I know. A couple times too. A couple times you probably get caught up. Da -da -da. Alright, we can put the torch out. Let's be this is the main character. And they'll switch bodies, but I'm still the same me. Cause my thoughts, I think, therefore I am. I am. Yeah. Alright, so now where we gonna go? Cause I'm still up. I feel like I'm about to roll up another one. Another one. Alright. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, the construction is amazing. The way it was put together. It's like the architect that put that together. Like the architect mind or minds that came together to form that big enough architect to conjure that up. Do I want to understand the structure?
Welcome to Secrets of the Great Pyramid.
Oh, you got a secret. Oh, what's going on, C-No? What's going on, C-No? Yeah, now I'm a bird now. I wanna fly like an eagle, like a hawkie, across the pyramids, fly. Alright, let's go.
Built around 2550 BCE,
So they say.
The Pyramid of Giza is considered one of the most iconic structures of Egypt. It is the biggest of the pyramids.
Here go a real picture. This is how it is now.
Wonders of the ancient world still standing.
This is how it was then.
The
With the limestone coating.
To the Great Pyramid of Giza are impressive. A workforce of over 20,000 people, 6 million tons of stone, and 20 years of construction.
6 million
It was
tons.
a massive undertaking for a pharaoh's tomb.
6 million tons of stone. Like they at least can get that part accurate, how much it weighs. That's a lot. That is a lot. But we know it's way older than 2,500 years ago. You know, if people been in South America, I don't know. They don't really talk about that. Like, did the Mayan pyramids, was you able to go inside of them and stuff like that? They always just talk about the steps and stuff. They're like, oh, we ain't unlocking this yet. And there's pyramids in China too. There's pyramids that they discovered in China, but China won't let anybody from the outside. I think even their own people, really, or probably secretly, I don't know. But publicly, it's pyramids in China, and they won't allow like outsiders to come and research them. They can see them though, like in grass mounds. They make
Construction of the Great
impressions and
Pyramid
stuff
was
like that.
also a display of power and opulence
They
on
can
the top.
tell through satellite.
It
That's
is
how they
part of the
found out.
pharaoh's vast funerary complex, which also includes 2 temples, 3 satellite pyramids, a causeway,
3
and a
satellite
domed
pyramids.
necropolis. We can guess that the intent behind the construction of these monuments was Khufu's way of declaring himself one of the most powerful pharaohs to rule a unified Egypt.
One of the most powerful pharaohs to rule a unified Egypt. Because Egypt was, just for history real quick, was split between the southern and the northern. That's why they got the different crowns and stuff when you look at them. And then the pharaoh, when it of United Egypt, he had the crown that united both of them together. I forget how it looked. I think it's a circle with the snake. It's a snake and something else that combined Upper and Lower Egypt, not North and South. Upper and Lower Egypt. Yeah, massive, massive, massive steps. Like, why are they so big? Was it for giants? Or was they just not meant to be steps?
New insights into engineering
No, they
and
was
ancient
steps.
Egyptian culture
They was
are
just
still
giant
being
steps.
revealed over 4,500 years later. For example, a recently unearthed papyrus offers a glimpse into the life of a tradesman at the time of the pyramid's construction. Also, a logbook belonging to a team leader during the building gives details on the craftsmen, their work schedules, and the raw materials required.
Oh. That's pretty cool. And Twin Kingdoms. First I thought that said Kingdom Hearts. Hey, this light. I got this light shining on me. It's a little too late for that. Gosh. Just not gonna have a bright face. It's all about not about me anyway. Alright,
It is interesting to note that by Cleopatra's time, the pyramid's celestial purpose, its construction, and the function of its mysterious inner chambers was already unclear. Today, it is only through dedicated research that we have begun to grasp some of the Great Pyramid's mysteries.
What is that, bark? Is that some kind of tree? You taking a sample of it, or what are they putting on that? I don't know. But yeah, by the time Cleopatra was there, she was like one of the last pharaohs. And they go over that in this game. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts seemed like it took place a long time ago. Yeah, it's like an ancient story. But what I was saying about what did he say? Yeah, Cleopatra. They went over in this game. It takes place during that time of Cleopatra. That's around the time when the Greeks and Romans, well, the Romans started coming over and started integrating with the society. And they were showing how the society around that time was some people like, yo, who are these Romans? We can't let them overtake our ideals and do all this stuff. And then there was other people say, oh, we have to invite them in. And it was the Romans had doing public talks, trying to gather people up, and Caesar was there. It was cool. It was cool. But yeah, around that time, they ain't know what was going on. That's why they was able to be invaded so easily by the Romans. They was already losing touch.
The Egyptians had polished their design for centuries by the time work on the Great Pyramid began. Intended as a tomb for Khufu, the Great Pyramid's structural design has been considered to be nearly perfect by engineers and historians ever since.
Oh, there go Khufu though. That's a cool statue. I forget what that means. I don't know if it means truth or justice or something like that. The thing that's going across his hand. I mean that he's holding in his hand. Cool. Oh, where's this guy? Hey guy. Nice to meet you. Hey, I'm not from here. Who are you? Oh, sorry. I'm just learning how to use this body. Hey. Oh, hey. Don't mean to be disrespectful. What's going on?
Precisely oriented north-south to the
Oh,
4 cardinal points of
that's
the
a nice
compass,
angle.
the length of each side of the Great Pyramid at its base was 230
I got some
meters,
roaches I can
and
lay
its
down.
original height was 147 meters. The pyramid is a mere 0.05% error away from being a perfect square.
Wait, how far away from being a perfect square? Wait. Yeah, come here, Sinu. How far away is this?
Precisely oriented
Point
north-south to the 4
zero
cardinal points of a compass.
0.05% error away from being a perfect square.
Was 230 meters, and its original height was 147
Wow.
meters. The pyramid is a mere
230.
0.05% error away from
5
being a
meters.
square.
I mean 5. Hey, how? Its base is original height. 5 plus 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. They'll go back to 3. So its height is 3. The height of the Great Pyramid is 3. Guys. Wow. Height is 3 and the base. And the base is 5. So we messing with 3s and 5s when we get to the pyramids. But yeah, the fall in took Rome down too. Yeah, it did take Rome down. I gotta move this book over now. My tablet died. Everything just collapsed.
In order to achieve the shape of a true pyramid,
I know, look at
design
that.
required many considerations in the planning phases, as well as precision during execution. It was especially critical that they control the angle of inclination on all sides at every stage of construction.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, I just had a flash of when I used to do acid. Well, when I used to have access to acid, that's why I did it. And I used to play Zelda Breath of the Wild. I used to just sit there and like want to come down and stuff and just be, or the next day and just be looking around like this. I still do that in games. Like it unlocked that part in my mental again to be able to enjoy just like, oh wow, look at the wind, look at the distance. Like all that was created by these developers that made this game. Every single thing. It just reminded me of when they say in the Bible, when they say that God knows every single hair and on every body and every cell and stuff. Like the developers know they knew I was gonna look at this angle, they knew I was gonna look at that angle. Like the whole team came together and made this game. Again, yeah, they kept it perfectly together while moving all of these large stones. Like, look how flat this is. Like, they made these ridges so I can go in, but look how the sun reflects off of that. Because we don't see it like this now when we go there today. It's just got the stones over there. Yeah, it makes you be in the world, because it's a place that exists. And just like when we look at animals, we inject our consciousness on it and create a world for them. This is a whole thing too. It's just how deep how deep do you have access to it? And with VR though, it's going to help a lot of people out to really see like, yo, this place actually is something. When their heart start pacing, when the zombie about to kill them and stuff, and they like, yo, I thought this was a game, and they get a heart attack. Hopefully not though. All right, let's get down. This is smooth. Oh, these angles. It's clouds. They even got the purple tint in the clouds. They ain't just make them white. Christian would say, ain't God good?
Materials for the Great Pyramid consisted of quarried limestone blocks, weighing between
Quarried limestone blocks. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
The methods of moving these blocks into place is still debated by architects and Egyptologists.
I'm ahead of myself.
The precision of its design in an age with only soft metal tools, as well as the enormous scale of its construction, make the Great Pyramid one of the most impressive feats of human engineering.
It's said to be shown a mile away shining. Like, wow. And we just see these rocks. Like, this is cool. Like, I'm about to make it so that, hold on, I control time here. We're gonna make it so that it's sunny again. I rule this world. Meditate again. Let's do that again. No. There we go. There go the moon now in the daylight. So there goes the shining pyramid. Where's the sun? There we go. Just like, hold on. Let's get a representation of that. What side is the sun on? Oh, it's too cloudy right now. Alright, we'll try it in a bit. And why limestone though? Because they say too that limestone wasn't really found in that area. It's not like limestone was everywhere. It was that either that or granite. Day moon. Yo, in that movie The Endless I was watching, y'all gotta look that up. It's called The Endless. It just came out last year. It was they had like 3 moons out and stuff like that. It was these guys that hold on. Let me see what he got to say.
It took between 600,000 and 2 million blocks of stone to build the Great Pyramid. Experts calculate it would have required men to move 12 blocks every hour around the clock for 20 years to place the 2.3 million stones the monument is made of.
And that's why they call me the devil. Because they see me howling at the moon, son. So, hey, I swear I'm not a rapper, guys. I'm not a rapper. Yeah, that I don't believe that. Yeah, the stones are a mile away. Yup, so far. So they saying they went from all the way far over there and said we're gonna bring them over here. And not only we gonna bring one, but we're gonna bring 6,000 tons of it. Or no, that was the granite, but at least 2,000 tons of this pyramid, or 1,000 tons of that is the limestone capping. But I don't think they was using these shovel things. that's a funny picture. Hold on, that's a funny picture right there. Yeah, all right. Don't crush my toes. Don't break the block when you tilt it over. If you break the block, then it's all over. Because then we got to move all those crumbles out the way. Where those crumbles going to go? Just messing up the production. Nah, that's too much. That's too much. Nice theory, though. I dig it. Wait, what do they do with this block? They also made foundation. Oh, yup. The limestone underneath. That's why that thing... Wait, you see this game glitch? Underneath? It's like white right there. What is that? What's going on in there? What's going on in there? Alright, that's not too much. There's a lot of glitches in this game, though. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it was this video I was watching talking about the pyramid being used to conduct electricity and stuff. And they was talking about the water underground and the limestone and stuff being able to conduct electricity. And some other things like when the water has the current going through it. Let's go.
While the interior chambers were built with red granite from a swan, most of the pyramid was made from local limestone, weighing between 2 to 15 tons per block. There is debate on how the pyramid stones were moved into place. Recent research is exploring the idea that it was built around a large interior ramp.
Wow. So they weighed 2 to 15 tons, and they brought them from a mile away. Just don't die like me smoking. Just Thai. Just think about these things. And remember, guys, we do not condone the use of psychedelics. Just that warning, YouTube. I have said it in here. We do not condone the use of psychedelics during this podcast. What you decide to do with your bodies, what you decide to do. We're just going over topics and discussing ideas. I'm not telling you to partake in any of this. Eyes are getting red. Yeah, 2 to 15 ton blocks. From like all the way like where the green is. Let's keep going. Yeah, these blocks are probably the scale. Because when I was the kid, these blocks were smaller, but me, they're like right here. So they probably come up to my shoulders. Or probably come up to my neck. He probably taller than me. I'm like 5'10".
The recently discovered logbook confirms that the high-quality limestone of the outer casing was brought by boat across the Nile from a quarry in Tura. Once complete, the smooth white polished stone of the Great Pyramid would have reflected the sunlight like a beacon, earning it the name the Horizon of Khufu.
The Horizon of Khufu. See, we already know all of this. That's why I was shouting out King Oz, saying I'm starting to write down stuff. And the more I'm paying more attention to things. Like even making this video is me logging down my notes right now. It's me logging those notes. Because I just don't be knowing getting the names down. Like you all said, this used to shine for miles like a sunlight beacon. I was going to say like a lighthouse. But I didn't know if I knew what I was talking about. I earned it the name the Horizon of Khufu. It might trips. There is not sandy like here in game. It's great. It's green. It's green plants around. Oh yeah. But I want to go there too and find a glitch. Or find a real glitch. Not yet. Just by walking around. Walk into a wardrobe. And be like, hey, this wardrobe is going somewhere. I was just watching the Spiderwick Chronicles. And that was part of the... No, not Spiderwick Chronicles. That too, I did watch that. Ant-Man and the Wasp. And they was talking about the wardrobe. They didn't know what a wardrobe was.
Over the centuries, thieves...
But yeah, it's more green around nowadays.
...accessed the Great Pyramid numerous times. Ancient writings describe details of its interior, proof that some made their way within, though who gained entrance first and when is unknown.
Is that Herodotus? I see an H-R-O Delta O-T-O-Z. I don't read Greek though. Yeah, of course people tried to break into here. Oh, what's that? I wonder if that's how it is in real life. You see that, how it's up at an angle? Coming up to a point like this? With the line coming up? One of them Greek freaks. I know, look at them eyes. You're like, oh, I like them young. But no, yeah, they took a lot of the information and did what they still doing today, hid it from us and not allow people to really get full access to the information. Oh, language in the wardrobe. I saw that in the movies, thanks to the church I was at, because it was like, yeah, the lion dying is Jesus. And him coming back is Jesus resurrecting. So I thank them for getting that motif in my head and for pointing it out in other sources, the motif. But for the story, I was like, oh, okay.
The main
3 minutes in at
entrance
an
of the Great
entrance.
Pyramid is located 17
Oh, that is
meters
real.
above ground level.
That little triangle thing.
It faces north, likely in order to align with the North Star.
Oh, the line with the North Star.
Passageway had been discovered in antiquity. Any further access into the Great Pyramid was stopped by massive vertical slabs of rock. As such, Present-day visitors to the pyramid must use the robber's entrance.
And we went through the robber's entrance earlier. For those watching this in the future, we went through the, if y'all skipped it, it's probably went through the robber's entrance a little earlier, and they allowed us to see. And they showed us this, too. So, alright, so this is where those guys were standing. This is the exact spot. Let's take a selfie. And they said right here was where the North Star. Let's see how this look at night. I never knew that. Oh, Aslan. I know what I saw it said Aslan. I was like, huh? Oh, it's Jesus. Yeah. Died on the slab. See, look, this game really get in depth. I'm telling you guys. They said this faced the North Star, like the thing that came out of here. You can't go there because it was stopped by a vertical shaft. But it faced the North Star. So this is what they saw where they looked up. That's cool. They even made it quiet. Beautiful. And in this game too, you have to go around, and at different spots you have to find different constellations in the sky in order to unlock. I forget. I mean, I forget. Yeah, I forget. But I think you gotta unlock all of them before something actually happens, though. Yeah, let's start naming the constellations. I see Orion's belt right there. It's like right above my head. The 3 stars, part of the Big Dipper. Yep. Okay, hold on. Let's go there. I wish they allowed me to do first person. Bang, there we go. Let's screenshot that. Wait, I'm back on? Okay, I'm back on. Tree stars. I forget how to spot the North Star, because I know they put it up there. Hippity, hoppity. Hyenas everywhere. Here go the robber's entrance.
Is reported to have been opened in the 9th century by Caliph al-Mamun. In search of treasure, the Caliph had his men dig their way inside the Great Pyramid. The most likely scenario is that they enlarged a corridor which had been created by tomb robbers during antiquity. As such, this is how the team can justify access to this wonder.
Oh. Yeah, if you learn how to do the stars, you could find your way around. And then you can lie and say you got there like Christopher Columbus. He was following the stars. He knew where he was going. Find the North Star and other stars, be able to map your position, keep your boat pitched at the right angle. But yo, I gotta talk about that sometime too. It was Christopher Columbus. He talked about, for all the shit he talked about in his journal, he talked about seeing UFOs and all this crazy stuff while he was at sea for all those months or whatever it took to cross over. Alright, let's go in. Go into the robber's entrance. I want my torch.
Attempts to gain entry to the Great Pyramid and uncover its potential secrets continued throughout
Get
the
my
centuries.
torch.
In the 19th century, the belief that another entry existed at the south side resulted in a hole being blasted into the pyramid's side, with no results for the damage that was done. While the search is still ongoing today to uncover more hidden rooms and passageways, conservation is the primary concern of all such efforts.
Dang. It's like a balloon. They straight up blew a hole in that thing. I didn't do research just because. It does, guys. It does, guys. Like, yo, man, what's going on? Yeah, we was just up here. This where they had me up. That's why the check mark is there. Yep, this is where I started the whole game at. I went up there to get to the upper chambers, and then I explored the subterranean. This brought me back full circle. I explored the subterranean parts of the pyramid, the upper chambers, which led me to the grand gallery, which connects to the queen's chamber, and then if you come back out and go up, you goes to the king chamber. That would have to fight me to not be searching for knowledge. I know. Like, and it's like if you don't go searching for knowledge, all they saying is that, oh, you need to listen to blah blah blah, or you ain't nobody. Like, what? I'm only listening to what he is calling knowledge. What can I get? If he can get that much, imagine how much I can get. Yeah, I'ma listen to him, but now I can listen to him. I can take it a step farther. Alright. Alright, well, I think I'ma end it right here. Thanks for coming through, King Eyes too. Whew. But this been nice. This been nice. I'm gonna roll up, take it down a bit, pop up in the morning time, and work on the last video, that OA thing. The OA. I got one more part because I filmed the whole thing and I had to chop it up just because of how my space is on my tablet. I can't do more than 20 minutes at a time. So I said, hey, why not just do 20 minutes at a time? So that's how it is. But it's really cool. Thanks everybody for tuning in. To everyone watching us in the future, make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe, and support the channel. Yeah, man, no problem. And the tour guide, Tai's been the tour guide for the day. Well, really, this guy's been the tour guide for the day. I just been talking on the sideline. This guy right here, he deserves the reward. If you can stop switching around, I want to see your face. Yeah, guys, man. I'm trying to get back. I'm just paying attention. I'm gonna finish that book. That book is gonna come into fruition. But yeah, I'm gonna end this because I'm just talking, man. We all Thai, but do we really Thai? Sometimes I don't know, dude. Sometimes I really don't know. Till next time, it's Thai saying Thai always. Appreciate you guys. Talk that Thai. Don't be afraid to talk that Thai, man. Whenever the situation occurs. Got the Discord as well, because soon I'll be having the Discord up on the phone so that it can play through somehow. I'm gonna try to have it so it don't have feedback, and so we can all chat and have it all good and dandy. Yeah, man. Even if they can't remember them, they stick with me. They be coming back sometimes, like a couple days later. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it overall. As long as I'm enjoying the moment, the memory. Hey, God, the memory is as worthless as a fact at times. But yeah, guys, I love y'all for sticking through. Peace. Wait, I still gotta press all this menu stuff to actually cut this off.